guys, happy Tuesday. It's a very rainy, little stormy Tuesday outside. But I had something I wanted to share really quick. It's from John chapter 20, verse 21. It's talking about Jesus sending his disciples out to do the work. You know, Jesus, that's what he wants us to do. We are his disciples, and he has called us to go out and to do, not to keep the word for ourselves, but to share it with others. And verse 21 says, "Again, Jesus said, 'Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, I am sending you.'" And I've talked before about the Bible that I have. It has the commentary at the bottom. And it says, Jesus again identified himself with his Father. He told the disciples by whose authority he did his work. Then he passed the job to the disciples of spreading the gospel of salvation around the world. And it says, whatever God has asked you to do, remember that your authority comes from God. And Jesus has demonstrated by words and actions how to accomplish the job he has given you. As the Father sent Jesus, Jesus sends his followers in you and me. And I love that because, you know, Jesus doesn't want us to keep his word to ourselves. He wants us to share it with everybody. And he wants us to be, to give, and not just monetary gifts, like not just money and things like that, but our time and our knowledge of the word, and our just having good attitudes, and just sharing, you know, kindness with people, and love others, and do that, and just sharing his word. His word is so good. And with everybody, we don't know, you know, what somebody, we may be the only version of Jesus that they see, because they never attend church and may never attend church. But we can be the hands and feet of Jesus. And I pray that so many times, you know, that the Lord will use me and allow me to be his hands and feet. He is the ambassador for Jesus. Just sharing his word. And that's all I want to do. And that's all I'm here to do, is just to share his word and let you know how much he loves you. And we kind of talked about this a little bit on Sunday at church. And, you know, I just said that, you know, I ask Jesus all the time to, you know, let me be the hands and feet of you. Help me, Lord, to be more like you, and to do your will. And so our pastor mentioned this Sunday, and so I've been trying to think of it like this now, because I guess I'd really never thought about it like this before. And it said, represent Jesus wherever I go. When we walk in heaven, not physically, but our spirit, when we walk in his word and his light, when we walk in him, he walks in us. And, you know, I think about, you know, when I got saved, you know, I was so on fire, and had all of this just fire for Jesus, and wanted to just tell everybody and share his word and do all the things. You know, and over time, I was 12 years old, and I'm way older than that now. But over time, you know, we get a little complacent, and we get comfortable, and we get into a state of, you know, we think we're just happy where we are, and you know, we don't try to get out and do those things. But may I encourage you and myself to be on fire for Jesus, just like the day you got saved. And gosh, like it's just it just speaks to me when I think about that. And, you know, I wrote down, when we get saved, are our lives a representation of Jesus? Does our life reflect him? Not just then, but always. You know, not that we're not going to sin and fall from God, and he will forgive us if we ask him for forgiveness of those sins. But you know, just sharing his word, and just being more like him, and desiring to have that for our lives and for others. Just encourage you to do that today. Encourage you to get in the word and study, and, you know, get in a study group, or, you know, when you go to church, or have friends pray for you, or things like that. So may everything that we say and do represent Jesus and his love for other people. And I just encourage you to do that today. And I pray that, maybe something I say may encourage you in some way. So I pray y'all have a good, happy, and safe evening and the remainder of the week. Bye.